I don't know about you, but I get along with almost everyone. And because of that, I have a lot of acquaintances. From trans friends, gay friends, straight friends, agnostic, atheist, Christian, left, right, center. All I do is spread the love, and I'm always down to make amends, even to those who wronged me. I also do temp work, so my job is different every week. Demolition, retail, motocross track, to making dog treats. Now, with such a compatible personality and a variety of jobs, it's safe to say I love almost all my coworkers, and there are almost zero jobs I didn't like. Keyword, almost. So flash forward earlier this year. I got a job at R&H Square as a front desk clerk, not to be confused with the tax company H&R Block. Completely different company, definitely not H&R Block. R&H Square. My start date was December 15th. A bit early for tax season, but that's what the email said. I thought, maybe we'll have a lot of training, I don't know. So I show up at the door on December 15th. They said 9 a.m., so I got there at 8:45. I go to open the door, and it's locked. Maybe no one's here yet. So I waited at the door until 9 a.m. Nobody's here. Door's still locked. Maybe they're just late. Then came 9:15, 9:30, 9:45. There was 2 people in a truck behind me, and the woman came out like, "Do you know when they open?" The door says they open at 9, and I'm supposed to be here at 9 for my first day. Google says they opened at 8. Yeah, I'm gonna stay till 10:15, and if no one's here, I'm leaving. Yeah, I gotta get back to work anyway. Before she left, I noticed she was wearing a name tag from the local hospital, which upset me a little because I have a lot of respect for healthcare workers. She was probably on her lunch during a 12-hour overnight shift, just trying to get a head start on her taxes. Anyway, 10:15 comes around with nothing, so I took a picture of the sign on the door that said they open at 9 and a selfie of me at the door and sent it to the person hiring me. I get home and I get an email. What I read in that email made me heated like a microwave burrito. Dear new hires, December 15th is your first day of employment, not your first day of working. I get the difference, but still, come on. Why would you even give me that date in the first place? I waited for an hour plus in cloudy, windy, 30-degree weather to find out I actually started. So that was red flag number 1. Now it's my first day on the job. The last month I've been trained extensively through various online courses. I feel confident that I'll be able to perform my job, especially with the notes I have. I work for about 2 weeks and quickly my boss sees that I'm a valuable asset. More on that later. So it's a normal day, checking people in for appointments, ringing up, yada yada yada, when my boss walks to the front screaming, "I can't believe this! Why would they do this?" My coworkers come to the front. What happened? What's up? "I just got an email from corporate. None of us are allowed to use notes." That's bull stuff. "They want us to know everything without notes." I guess hide everything. So now everybody is just brute forcing how to do stuff. So that was red flag 2. Move forward about a month and my tax pro Varn's temper issues start showing. You'll see why I call him my tax pro later. I can recall 3 separate occasions where a tax appointment turned into a yelling contest and almost a fight. There was one time I remember most, so this is what happened. "I can't believe you. You're what's wrong with the world. Oh yeah, how about you fix it then? You know nothing about God. I know that I can kick you. Where was Jesus born, huh? You don't know." Okay, relax. Varn, take a break. You can come with me. I'll get you taken care of. So my boss breaks it up and cools off the client. This wasn't Varn's first offense either, just one that I remember the most. After the client leaves, my boss comes out like, "Where were you on that, Shaggy? You think I get paid enough?" Yeah, that's fair actually. And with the at least 3 near crash outs from Varn, I can safely give R&H Square red flag number 3. But that wasn't all the yelling. On many occasions, my tax pro Kat would have vulgar disagreements with my boss, telling her how to do clients' taxes. For context, my boss does know how to do taxes, but simple ones. She was only tax pro level 1. I'm serious, there's levels of certification. Meanwhile, Kat had been doing this for years and years and years and years, and is certified level 5, with additional certifications for small businesses. So Kat knew what she was doing. These arguments arguments bring it up to red flag number 4. Now earlier in the tax year, my coworker at the front desk, Cat 2, walked off the job. She was frustrated with my boss from the start and just left off the vibe that it would be a bad year. So that's red flag number 5. Remember how I called my tax pros my tax pros? That's because 3 times a week after week 3, my boss would just leave. She'd say, "Shaggy, I haven't had a day off in weeks. You're in charge." So I'd have to handle any questions my tax pros or other customer service workers had, guide them on assignments, manage any disputes, monitor phone calls, provide feedback, and encourage my coworkers, which to me isn't that bad. Like I said, I get along with everyone. Also, I was really good at the job, so extra responsibility was just bound to happen. The issue I had was that I was still making the same wage. Added responsibility on top of the duties I signed up for, that should bump me up at least a little. But nah. Red flag number 6. So I'm running the front like a pro. I just let the tax pros work how they want, as it wasn't my job to control them anyway. At this point in the video, I should say I respect all my coworkers at R&H Square. They're all good people that just made mistakes under the soul-draining tyranny of corporate America. Anyway, red flag number 7 is actually 3 red flags worth of a red flag. So we're just gonna go to 10. My coworker Violet and my boss told me this story. "We were out drinking a couple nights ago and we went to your neighborhood. We wanted you to be with us."
"Yeah, we really wanted you there."
"We went door to door looking for you, but we couldn't find you." Please never do that again. I'm married. That's like really creepy. "We tell your wife we only want you for a second."
"Yeah, we love you."
"I wanted to pull up your employee profile to find your address, but the boss thought we'd get in trouble." Dude, I'm married. What the Now that is crazy. This is on top of them constantly hitting on me. Like the time my boss asked if my hair was curly all over. Brings it to red flag 10. You know what? Nah. That feels too low. Red flag 12. The final red flag that made me quit happened when I had RSV. I was super sick. RSV gave me a lung infection, a sinus infection, and bronchitis. Super sick. Coughing till I threw up. Slumped at the toilet for 20 minutes before I could barely walk to the couch. So this is what happened.
Ring-tone, pick up the phone. Ring-tone.
Hello? "Shaggy, I need you to come in." "Boss, I'm sick beyond belief right now." Real quick, I told her many times how sick I was. "Come on, you know you owe me." There's no way she just said that. All the hours of my life I spent for you, covering you, at the same wage I started. You know what, boss? I'm sick beyond belief right now. I'll come in when I feel better, and if you don't like it, you can fire me. And with red flag 13, I quit. The next day I texted her, I quit, then blocked her, deleted her text, her contact, and everyone I worked with, uninstalled Teams, and took a deep breath. I'm free. So that was the worst job I've ever had. If y'all have any crazy job stories, drop them in the comments. I want to hear them. Alright, late.